Hello everyone and welcome to my video series on Team Fortress 2 weapon guides. In this video we will be looking at the lock and load. We will look at the very basics of this weapon and go a little bit more in depth into what that means. Alright, let's get started. So, as most of you know already, the lock and load is a level 10 grenade launcher available to the Demolicious class against primary slot. Anyway, alright, let's go right into stats. It's got 20% extra damage. This raises its maximum damage all the way up to 147. A critical hit can do just over 380 damage. This one extra damage allows you to bring down certain classes with 125 base health in one shot in comparison to the regular grenade launcher much more frequently. So that's nice. So yeah. What else? It has a 25% increased projectile speed. This increases its the grenade's traveling speed in mid-air up to approximately 1,330 hammer units per second or something like that. Yeah, 1,330 hammer units a second. So that is good. You'll definitely notice a speed increase. Now let's go to its downfalls. It has a 50% small clip size, so instead of 4 ammunition loaded in the weapon, it's only 2. So yeah, so you'll have to be reloading quite much more frequently. So yeah. Um, Launch bombs shatter on surfaces, which means bombs, they won't do anything if they hit a regular surface. They'll just, pretty much disappear. So the only way you could hurt a player with it is through direct contact. However, on direct contact, when the grenade explodes, that explosion is capable of hurting other players along with yourself. Which brings me to the next point. Plus 25% damage to self, so you'll, as the description suggests, you'll do extra damage to yourself if you're caught within your own grenade's explosion. So, using this weapon at point blank is, does have some form of a bigger penalty than a stock grenade launcher, if that's what you were thinking. So, yeah. Alright. This weapon is, ammunition you start with is 2/16. This weapon is a part of an item set known as the Expert's Ordnance. It consists of the lock and load and the Ulapu caber or the hand grenade. Its effect is a 10% damage, 10% resistance to fire damage. So yeah. So this weapon, I find it is situational based. I don't recommend you bring it out into a situation into like a blind fight if you don't know what the scenarios and whatnot. I find that you have to really position yourself well to use this weapon. So yeah, this is not an all-purpose weapon. It's relatively situational. I also find that I actually use my sticky launcher more often than this actual weapon when if I have both of them equipped at once. So yeah. Yeah, so like I said, this weapon isn't exactly ideal for, just general purpose or just yeah. What else I want to say about this weapon? Oh right. It could fire one grenade every 600 milliseconds, and it takes 1.25 seconds to reload the first grenade, and the second grenade will take another 600 milliseconds. So yeah, approximately. Yeah. So yeah, that's the reload time and of this weapon, and how fast it could fire, and how fast it could fire a grenade. So yeah. What else do I want to say about this weapon? Let's see. I can't stress this enough. This weapon, yes, it has its moments when you line up a shot and you position yourself correctly. But like I said, that you have to be getting direct impacts, and that to me is just too much of a requirement. I cannot take this into every single battle I go to. So yeah, I'd rather just take out my sticky bomb launcher. So yeah. This weapon seems to resemble a real-life grenade launcher. Some of you might know it as who am I kidding? Some of you might recognize this as a M79 launcher, but yeah. So that's all I want to say about this weapon. Is situational based, but like I said, very often you can position yourself to have some form of success with this weapon, but at the end of the day, it just cannot be taken into multi-purpose, or not. Well, it just can't be like taken into a blind firefight and easily. So yeah. It's one-sided, but not too one-sided. So yeah. Um, yeah. Oh, I should probably take note that the grenade will also detonate if it hits a building. So any building or player on a direct hit, it will detonate. Otherwise, the grenade will just pretty much disappear harmlessly. So yeah. Yeah, that's all I want to say about this weapon. Yeah, uh, I believe you could find a strange variant in crate 39, but, yeah. Um, so, well, uh, this is awkward, I'm out of things to say. Um, so, yes, isn't really one of my favorite weapons, but, yeah. Anyway, well, so it's increased cell damage to yourself. It makes it so that you can't simply stay at point blank and expect to try and overshadow its downfall. So with that, so yeah, um, yeah, that's all I wanted to say. So I hope you got some piece of information out of this video, and I really appreciate if you like, rate, comment, and or subscribe, and yeah, I suppose I'll see you all later. So, yeah. Um, I think that's all I want to say about this weapon. So, yeah, yeah. I love programming. Yeah. How do I stop this?